Looks good. We can see it.
Okay, perfect. So I will be doing some sharing of my screen. I actually have some physical things to share with you today. So thank you so much for joining me today as we wrap up 2020 and we work on welcoming 2021. I think everyone will agree with me. We're all looking forward to the new year, to a fresh start, and to happier, more exciting things. So thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Olga St. Pierre. I am a local real estate agent in our community, depending where you are joining me from. And just a little bit, just a couple of quick tidbits about me. I have been a licensed real estate agent in the state of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. We have been serving our clients for the last 11 going on 12 years. Our team mission is to help anyone with a plan and a budget become a homeowner. I'm truly passionate about this, about what we do. And then once you do become a homeowner, we help you stay connected in the community, be responsible, sustainable homeowners, and be amazing part of our community. We also have a state-of-the-art moving service anywhere in the United States and Canada. If you need help to relocate your friends, your coworkers, your members at your church, we are more than happy to help you and put you in touch with some really, really great people to help you through that process. And of course, please consider us your concierge service as well. We are your virtual yellow pages nowadays, right? Nobody goes to the book. Everybody's looking for recommendations and referrals to make sure that they're getting the best people for whatever services you might need, whether it's contractors, whether it's some professionals like accountant or an attorney. Please let us know how we can help you. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. And our contact information will be at the end of this workbook. So let's jump in and let's get started. So here's the goal, is really what I want to accomplish with today's workshop. As I was planning for the end of the year, and I was thinking about how do we, in a positive fashion, wrap up 2020, and how do we welcome 2021, right? Some kind of planning in this last week of December after Christmas holiday, before we celebrate New Year's on the 1st. And a couple of things that I have learned, that I have used myself, that I just would love to share with you to wrap up the year on a positive note, as challenging as it may be, and also get prepared for 2021 in a positive way. So this is one of the things that I have actually shared with my friends and my clients about almost 2 years ago, and everybody had so much fun with it. So that's what I figured I'll start with right now. It's called a memories jar, okay? So I want to show you what this actually means. Let me see. So it is literally a jar, okay? You can pick something up like this very inexpensively at Michael's, Joann's, even at the dollar store, right? So make sure that it's big enough that you can put a bunch of pieces of paper in it, and it has a lid, okay? So the way I decorated it is actually with my favorite sparkly thread, right? So you can just wrap it around the neck of the container, okay? And what you're gonna need for this is the container itself, and we have the recipe, so to speak, on the workshop notebook as well, okay? So you need a jar, you need a colorful thread to make it colorful, and some kind of a label system, right? Something fun, or if you want to just use like a chalk or something of a pen. And what you're going to do is write on your jar, memories for 2021. Okay, and here's the goal. The goal is that every week, whether you do it on Sunday or you do it on a Friday, kind of decide and establish a routine. What you're going to do is you're going to have a stack of Post-its or some kind of note cards, as well as a pen. Okay, and the goal is to write something cool that happened this week. Okay, so what I encourage you to do is write the date of which week we're talking about, and then write something exciting or something interesting that happened, something fun that you want to remember. And then when you're done, you're going to fold your paper right? And then you're going to put it in your jar. And that is it, right? This is what you're doing for the week. And the goal for this is that you are going to have 4 of these in a month, right? So you're going to have 52 pieces of paper. And then the goal is during Christmas time or on New Year's Eve, at the end of this year, right, or the end of 2021, you're going to open this jar and you're going to review and revisit your positive memories that happened. Because, you know, we always think, oh my God, this is so amazing. But then what happens is other things happen, other events take place, and with time we forget. So this is just a little positive thing that you can do with your loved ones and your family. And also this makes a great gift, right? So it doesn't cost a lot of money, but it certainly is bringing such a joy and memories. And we had a good time doing it with my family and a few of my clients that took me on this offer because I actually gave it to them as gifts. They loved it and they did it and they truly enjoyed it. So as a bonus, if you want to take an extra step, okay, get 2 jars. Okay, so the first jar is going to be for your 21 memories, and the second jar is going to be for your Christmas fund or your holiday gift fund. And what I mean by that is it's really simple. Okay. What it is $10 each week in the second jar, right? So you write a note and you put it in the first jar, and then you add $10 each week and you put it in your second jar. And what's going to happen is by the time November hits, right, by the time you're done with Thanksgiving and you are ready to do some shopping for your family for the upcoming 21-22 family season, you're going to have $400 in cash in your jar to buy presents for your loved ones. I think it's an amazing way to do something slowly, because then it's just going to accumulate and accrue. And the worst case scenario, that if you become strapped for cash and you need some extra funds, you have your little jar of savings, right? You can use it as a rainy day fund, or you can continue to save for something special. So this is what I wanted to share with you, is my number one fun thing today that you can do with your friends, with your family, with your coworkers, anyone that you want to share this with. All right, let's keep going. Okay, what has 2020 taught us, right? In the big way, in my opinion, it has taught us the fact that we need to save and we need to have some money put aside as a backup. Okay, I always talk to my clients when we talk about budgeting. Yes, it is a scary word. Many people don't want to hear about it. However, the goal is for you to have at least 6 months of rainy day fund put away, right? It is extremely important, as we've seen what happened in the beginning of 2020, where, you know, everything stopped all of a sudden overnight and people lost their jobs. So your rainy day fund can be used for car repairs. It can be used for home repairs or emergencies. So let's make it less stressful, okay? I am happy to send you this chart as a PDF. We created something that is fun, okay? So think of this as a savings bingo almost, right? So what you do is, my recommendation to you is create a separate account. You can call it any way you want. My recommendation is to have it as a savings account, so that way it earns you interest, okay? And every time you want to put some money away, pick a number on this bingo, whatever it is, okay? And then you cross it off and you put that money, okay? Now, the awesome thing about this bingo is that once you have every square crossed off, you're going to have $10,000 in the bank, okay? So if you want to make this a yearly goal, right? Or if financially you're not able to do that, or you want to make it longer, however long you want to take, it is an opportunity for you to save quite a bit of money to help you sleep better at night, knowing that you have some money saved aside, right? So you can put it on your fridge, or you can put it in your office, somewhere where it's there for you, so that way you are keeping track. All right, so please let us know if you want us to email this to you, if you want us to print it for you. We're more than happy to send it to you. But I think it's a great way, it's a stress-free way for you to save money and then work towards a goal. Okay, so let's talk about planning for 21. All right. In my opinion, the word resolutions is very, very heavy, right? Everybody talks about what are your New Year's resolutions? What are you planning on accomplishing? Forget that. Okay. Forget the word resolutions. Let's make it fun and let's make it lighter. Okay. One of the things that I know for a fact is that people make New Year's resolutions and that by the end of January, they drop them all because life gets in the way. Things happen, work happens, people, kids get sick. And so what I am inviting you today is create a list of 21 items in 21, right? So 21 items in the year 2021. And something fun that you can do, okay? It is a list of possibilities of things for you to try. Okay, so for example, you can separate your list into themes, right? You can have maybe 4 or 5 things to do with family, a couple things for career, fun, health, and adventures, okay? And think of this as a list of things that you may want and intend to do. You can do 10 easy items, 11 stretch items, right? Maybe stretch items would be create a budget or work on your will, right? Which is important, but it's a serious item, okay? And again, make it simple, okay? Action steps, blurbs, phrases, and use the words such as try better than do, okay? This way it does not look hefty. It does not look like it's too much for you where all you're gonna wanna do in the end of January is just drop it, throw it away and say, forget it, I'm not doing it. And here's some suggestions for you, okay? That I have seen other friends of my client and my clients do when we decided to kind of put this together. Okay, one of the things that they wanted to do is make a scrapbook. Try a Pilates class, weekly walk with friend, which is something that I implemented in 2020. Okay, weekly walk means that I walk with my friend once a week, every week. Okay, it is not daily, it's just once a week and it's very manageable. We usually do it on a Wednesday or Thursday morning, sometimes earlier. We did that earlier in the summer and then a little bit later in the fall because we both have kids in school, but we do it consistently every week. And what I have found is that not only is it good for my health because I'm getting fresh air and I walk almost 3 miles, I also found that an opportunity to just bounce ideas off someone else, talk about work, talk about my worries, share some wins, right? Good things that happen, and also ask for advice. So it actually had a twofold benefit for me. Get a mammogram, right? For us ladies is extremely important. Put that on your list for 21. Create my budget, open savings account for my rainy day, which is what we just talked about. And it could be as simple as buy 3 extra phone chargers. That's what one of my friends had, and she did. That was one of the first things she did. So think about it. I invite you to take the time this week to create your 21 in 21 list. Okay. Next, let's jump over to reviewing your 2020 list. This was a huge aha for me when I was listening to the podcast this past week, and I was working on creating this workbook for you guys, is that don't think about everything that you did not get accomplished in 2020, because all that is going to do is just make you more upset and depressed. Put that aside. Let's think about and focus on the fun and the positive things that took place, okay? So think back, review your calendar, and then make your list, right? One of the things that I had accomplished that is huge for me, because this is a part of me, how I wanted to contribute to the community, is being able to do these workshops on Zoom, which means that I am able to reach more people and to share more of my wisdom and knowledge and some of the fun things that I truly believe in with more people like you, right? They're not just local. I have people from all over the world join my workshops, and that truly brought me joy because they found the information that I shared truly helpful and it made them happy. Right? So think about things that have taken place that were positive, whether it is spending more time with your family or you learn to cook a new dish. It could be small things, but there were positive things that would not have taken place if something else did not happen. Okay, so that is your second homework, is you make your ta-da list to review your 2020 of all the cool things that took place this year. Next, let's talk about easy ways to create and keep new habits and decisions and goals. This is huge, okay? And again, this is something that I have tried on myself, Okay. And this is what I have learned is that it is virtually impossible to learn a new habit if you just decide out of thin air, I am going to work out twice a week, right? This is why most of the New Year's resolutions, the heavy bricks, only last you for 4 weeks, right? If you go to the gym at the end of January, early February, you're not going to see as many people as were there on January 2nd. So we're going to start small. That is the most important thing, okay? And here's how I did it 2 years ago, okay? My goal 2 years ago was to do yoga every day, every morning. That was important to me. I needed to do some stretching because I could feel that, once I turned 40, my body was starting to get a little cranky. All right. So stretching in the morning was very important to me. And I read a great book, which is where I got this information from. The title of the book is called Atomic Habits. If you want to look it up and you enjoy reading, I strongly encourage you to read that book. And one of the lessons that I took from that book is that you have to attach a new habit, a new goal to the one that you already do on a regular basis. And what I did with my yoga was I said, okay, what I'm going to do is every morning I drink coffee and I make my coffee pot. And I realized that once I put my coffee water on, it took 7 minutes for that water kettle to boil. Okay. So to me, as soon as I hit that button for my water to start boiling, that was my cue that I had 7 minutes to do my yoga. And that's exactly what I did. That was Monday through Sunday, every day, right? I would drink coffee every day or tea, whatever is your chosen beverage in the morning. And that's exactly what I did. I hit my button. And in the beginning, I actually had a little sticky reminder where my coffee pot was, right? So in the beginning, it wasn't as easy. But with time, it became a habit because I knew as soon as I put that water on, I hit that on button, off I went. I had my mat out and I had 7 minutes to exercise. Now I don't need my coffee pot. I still use it sometimes as a little reminder. And now my yoga sessions are longer than 7 minutes because I added other things in stretching and applying some things that I want to do as strength training. Okay. So think about the things that you do on a regular basis and the new habits that you may want to learn and attach them to the things that you do every day. Coffee in the morning, brushing your teeth, browsing social media. You may want to tell yourself, listen, before I get on Facebook or Instagram, I need to go and do 5 or 10 minutes of X. Whatever it is the new habit and the new goal that you want. So basically what that means is that you have to do something new, and then you're going to reward yourself by doing something that you used to doing, which could be social media. Okay. Next, it's make your goals, habits, and decisions small, right? My yoga session was only 7 minutes, right? Because if I said to myself, I have to do it for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, I probably would have dropped it. So I started at 7 minutes because I can tell you that with time, those 7 minutes, I could totally see the change and the strength in my body. So 7 minutes is better than nothing. 5 minutes is absolutely better than nothing, okay? So that's what I wanted to share with you about habits. Let's talk about some other things that I have found helpful. Okay, I have a notepad hanging on my fridge. Okay, it's big, it's got a unicorn on it. It's one of the notepads that I got for one of my daughters. Okay, and I use it for a couple of reasons. Number one is grocery list. I also write down reminders, thoughts, and more. Think about what is it that you can do to make your life easier. I get frustrated with myself when I forget to pick up something, right? I don't like going to a grocery store for one item. So when yesterday my youngest daughter told me, and I'm doing something in the dining room, and she's in the kitchen, she's like, Mommy, we need more pot stickers because I just finished them all. I said, great. I need you to write it on my notepad on the refrigerator because I am not going to remember, right? We as moms, as wives, as business owners, as full-time members of the workforce, we have so much going on. Make it easy on you. If it's something that you want to remember, write it down in a certain place, right? So my place is the refrigerator. So I use that for groceries. I use that to remind things. And I also like to keep a post-it pad, like a post-it notepad just about everywhere. This way, if I need to remember to do something, I write it down, and then I can take it with me and I put it in my planner and I put it in my purse, whatever it is, right? This way I have become better at remembering things and not beating myself up about something that I didn't do because I forgot, right? Because I was doing something else. Quick decluttering tips. I took this from my decluttering class that I teach on a monthly basis. If you guys want to actually have a 45-minute class on declutter, be sure to sign up and we'll provide you with the link at the end. However, the biggest problem again with decluttering is people don't know where to start. They don't have a lot of time. Here's a quick tip for you. Okay, use your waiting time from when you're waiting for your coffee and teapot brewing. Same example, right? My coffee pot takes 7 minutes to brew. That is 7 minutes while you're in the kitchen waiting for your teapot. You have 7 minutes to do a quick declutter, a quick cleanup, right? In that 7 minutes, I timed myself today, this morning for you guys, as I was able to empty the dishwasher and wash a couple of my stainless steel pots that did not fit in the dishwasher that were just cluttering my space. And I like things clean and organized and neat. I was able to do that. My coffee was ready and I felt better because I have accomplished something, right? So think about what is it that you can do that you can use that waiting time is what I call, right? So you have you're making your dinner and your pasta's cooking, use those 10 minutes or whatever you have your on the timer to tidy up, to go in the bathroom and you know your timer, you have 10 minutes to sweep, 10 minutes to vacuum, or 10 minutes to go through papers, okay? Family members in the shower, you're waiting for them to get out of the shower, just tell them, listen, yell up, let me know when you're done, so that way I'm next. And in the meantime, while you wait for them to let you know, you can do something, okay? The same thing for commercial break on TV. Don't you hate those? You don't have to sit there and watch the commercials. You have maybe 2 to 3 minutes to do something. So look around the room that you're in and say, okay, what can I clean up and put away? Okay, so use those times wisely, and I can assure you that after those 2-3 minutes, when you have done something and you made progress, it's going to make you so much feel so much better. All right, we are starting the new year fresh. Let's talk about a couple of things that I always teach in my decluttering class. Number one, clean out your medicine cabinet. Okay, all of the expired medications, things that maybe you have a little bit left at the bottom, throw that stuff out. And if you need to pick up new things, right, because you know you're going to need them, we're going to be heading into a spring allergy season soon. And if you're running low on your medications, put that on your refrigerator, put that on a list of things to buy, right? Clean out your makeup and lotions. I'm a strong believer on cleaning out those things that you put on your body every 6 months. Christmas time, holiday time is a great time for you to update because they have great sets that they have on sale. Makeup is usually, there's pretty colors that come out during the holiday season. So use that to your advantage to update your makeup. Same thing with lotions, things that are used, leftover, and just plain old. Don't put anything old on your body, right? It gets absorbed into your skin, into your bloodstream, and then it's going to affect you negatively because of the chemicals. So recycle and throw away. Clean your most often used helpers. This is something that I just read recently in the magazine, and I'm like, man, I'm not doing this, right? The things that we use all the time on a regular basis, your earbuds, your remote controls, your phone. Are you wiping your phone? Right? Just like when we use the hand sanitizer to clean our hands, I also clean the car shifter and the steering wheel. Are we doing this to our keys? Are we doing this to our purse? Right? So think about the things that you use all the time on a regular basis, laptop, tablet, and other technology. You need to clean it on a regular basis as well. And if you haven't done it in a while, use this checklist from this workshop to do this week so that way you start the new year, right? A couple of other things. I have this letter board that I use on a regular basis. It was very inexpensive. I bought it on Amazon. It was under $20. And you can take the time and write nice messages to your family members, right? Or you can give this as a gift to someone. And you can write whatever you want on that board. It could be something like, for your child, I believe in you, or have a great day, or let's have fun this weekend. How about, game night tonight? And you will have fun making those messages, and they will have fun receiving and reading those messages. So you will make a better connection in your family as well. Now, memories from the trips. This is something that I do on a regular basis that I truly missed this year. So I wanted to share with you what I do. So whenever I travel, like for example, this year, last year, which is amazing memories for me, my family and I spent Christmas in England because I wanted to try and do something different. And wherever I go, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a pit stop, whether it's a museum, I always collect different things, right, from those places. And I always grab two of each, right? So for example, my family and I, my husband really wanted to see Stonehenge, right? So we actually visited Stonehenge when we went to England last year. And I have my Stonehenge flyer that I picked up. Oh, there's a menu. And I have my ticket stubs from when we went to, to the actual museum, right? So not only are they date stamped, they're also very pretty because it has the actual monument and the museum information. So this plays two roles. Number one, my daughter keeps a travel journal. What she did is she did a regular composition notebook, just like this. And she started, and I'm just showing you a blank one. And she just started one, and wherever we went, she took the same stubs from me because I always get everything in duplicates and triplicates. And she started writing where we went and what we did, right? And what was the time period that we were there. So that is one thing on how you can keep memories. And you know what? You don't have to go overseas. If you find a museum or a new restaurant here, create a travel journal from that too, right? The experience that you had, who did you have lunch with? Did you guys have a great time? Did you meet someone new? So that's my one suggestion, is doing a travel journal. And my second suggestion is, because I take two of everything, I actually use these, like, the bigger ones, as my bookmarks, right? I am a huge reader. I read sometimes 2 to 3 to 5 books at the same time on different topics. So I use my memories, my fun things, the things that bring me joy, as bookmarks, because it reminds me of the places I've been to, how much fun I had, and this is what I am choosing to focus on right now. So this is what I encourage you to do. I actually got a part of the menu from one of the restaurants that we visited. And what they also had is, in some restaurant, they had a bunch of these postcards for different things, right? Just random stuff. I guess they had some kind of exhibition of some kind of car history. So I grabbed two of them because they make great bookmarks as well. So that is my way of reminding myself of the fun times that my family and I had, that I wanted to bring to your attention. Like another one that I really enjoyed was back in August of 2019, I traveled to Germany to meet up with a couple of friends from high school. We actually had a really cool high school reunion. And in Dresden, in the museum, they had a exhibition of Rembrandt drawings, right? To me, that was amazing. I had such a great time, and I grabbed the flyer from there, right? So not only do I remember where I went, I actually have parts of, the photos from the exhibition. So to me, I'll use it as a bookmark because I want to remember these things. And that's how I kind of travel back in time, because we're not able to travel anywhere right now. So that's what I wanted to share with you about these things. So let's see. Next thing, let's talk about more fun. Okay, we are on Zoom, right? And my daughters who are in high school and middle school are also on Zoom of type because they are at home in school. What I'm encouraging you is to think about Zoom, not just for work and the things that we have to do, but also using Zoom for fun. Okay, I encourage you to scroll through eventbrite.com, which is where a lot of our workshops are posted, and look for interesting lectures, classes, and workshops. I did this yesterday, and what you can do is search for free classes, and I found a couple of listings for a painting class. You can actually do a class on how to create coffee art, where they do like leaves and hearts in the foam for your coffee. And they had cooking classes, like you have all these different kinds of things. I actually signed up for a Broadway history class that I found interesting, that I'm doing in the beginning of January, I believe. So think of the positive things that you can do that you otherwise would not have been able to do, right? I also gave you a link here where you can do virtual tours of world-class museums. You could virtually walk through Louvre in Paris, right? Or you can go to the British Museum and they actually have the photos of all the exhibitions as well as the notes that are attached next to it, right? So you can do this from the comfort of your home instead of being in crowds, which is where usually what you will have in these special museums. Next, I wanted to share with you is my idea and my suggestion for you to use your prized and favorite things. Okay, and here's what I mean by that. You know how whenever I come to my clients' homes when we're talking about their moving plans, and I look in their dining room hutch, right? The older generations, we all have hutches, and we have our prized possessions in there, right? We have crystal, we have glasses, we have our teacups and so forth, right? And at some point back in 2019, I actually did the same thing. And then I said, you know what? I am not going to keep those prized possessions, because if you think about it, when was the last time you used those items, right? You use it maybe once, twice in years. And who are you keeping it for? Right. So I'm encouraging you to think about the things that you set aside because they're special or because they were passed down to you from your mom or your grandmom, someone, right? Whether you have some special linen, you have some special sheets that you're saving. And I'm going to ask you to think about and ask yourself, who are you saving it for? Okay. So my example to you is I have these plates that I got after after I think October, November sale. Okay. And they have leaves on them. But when I went into the store, I fell in love with these plates because they are so colorful. They are these beautiful, vibrant colors. And you know what I said to myself? I'm not just going to use them for a month or two because it is not in season. I started using them every day. And you know what? Every day, 3 times a day, I look at these plates and I smile because they bring me joy. I also have a set of these spoons that I got from my grandmother, right? So she brought them from another country. She's had them probably for good 30 years and she gave them to me. And they were in the box. And you know what I did? I did the same thing my grandmother did. I put them in my hutch. And then I took them out and I'm like, why am I putting them in the hutch? What are they going to do there except collect dust? So now I use them on the regular basis for my tea, my coffee, and they bring me memories of my grandmother. So today I invite you to think about what you guys have stored away for special occasions. And I encourage you to pull those things out and make special occasions every day. Okay, so think about what is it that you have that you want to bring out. Okay, because what I can tell you is that a lot of things that some of the older generations are saving, unfortunately, your kids and your grandkids are not going to want. Right, it comes as a unpleasant shock to a lot of my senior clients. However, I've noticed that this is more and more prevalent. So I encourage you to take some of these things and use them for yourselves and enjoy them yourself. All right. Let me share with you some of my things that made my life easier that I learned about in quarantine. These are the things that I use on a regular basis to clean my house. Okay. And I have found them easy to use. The vacuum cleaner is light. It is so easy to empty, and it's got the most powerful suction that I have ever seen in the vacuum cleaner. Okay. I use Barkeeper's Friend to clean just about anything from my bathrooms to my kitchens to my pots to my stove. Wyman stainless steel products I have found is the best in the market to keep your stainless steel appliances truly shiny. And Dawn, I have converted to Dawn. I can tell you that I use it for dishwashing. I also use it for stain removal and for laundry. And I know that there's people out there who use it to clean their tubs, and there's tons of other uses for it. So, and I actually included the links for you if you wanted to go ahead and buy them. So these are some of the things that I use on a regular basis that I hope that will make your life easier as well. Okay, a couple of other things to make your life easier in your car. Okay. A lot of us live in our cars. We also transport our precious cargo, which is our children, in our car. And what I have found that eased my mind and made my life more efficient is to have certain things live in my car. I have a box and I have a toolbox, and that stuff lives there forever. And you know what? I found that it made my life so much easier because I did not have to worry about them. So, what I decided to do is create this list for you and share this with you so that way, hopefully, your life will be easier for you as well. And here are some of the things: toilet paper, paper towels, neutral snacks, which has been a game changer for me because if I don't eat right away when I am hungry, I will get headaches and migraines. So that has been a game changer for me, where you can keep neutral snacks that don't melt, right? Because they're cold and heat ready. And you know what? It has helped with my children as well, where they're like, oh my God, I'm hungry. I need some snack. We're on our way to ballet or dance and I need something to munch on. I actually have a bag with a bunch of stuff, including chips and granola bars, hanging in the back of my passenger seat on a hook. And they know that this is where the snacks are. It has also saved me money, where I am not running to fast food place and buying them junk food as well. So it has really made a difference in on how I feel that I am being a responsible parent as well. I also have a case of water at all times in my car for the girls to grab a bottle when they're heading to their activities. And when I am thirsty, and you know, you have to hydrate even in the wintertime, we all need water. You have it, and it's there for you. You don't have to worry about not having it. Clorox wipes, hand sanitizer, trash bags. There's some other things that I included here that I think you will find helpful. Believe me, it's going to make your life so much easier if you just take the time, you do it once, and then periodically when you see that you're running low on snacks, I write myself a sticky note so that way I don't forget, and I put it in my purse. So that way when I take my purse in, the reminder goes in with me. And for your car, extremely important, you need to have jumper cables, air pressure gauge, first aid kit, flashlight, WD-40, which is great for many different things, including de-icing your lock, and a basic toolkit. Absolutely. You need a hammer, you need scissors, screwdriver. Has been instrumental and very helpful in my car. A couple of other things as we are working through trying to be as contactless and as safe as possible. I have an Instacart service for grocery delivery, right? It will save you time. They have the service now available, including places like Costco as well as BJ's. If you don't have that service, I believe it's about $100 for the year. However, it has saved me a lot of time of running around and not being in the stores when I don't want to be in the stores. So that's one suggestion. Curbside pickup. I was doing some shopping this weekend and I realized that PetSmart has it as well. And I was like, this is great. I don't have to go in, hold those big boxes of litter as well as the cat food for my two kitties. I can just pay for it online and someone is going to bring it out and put it in my car. So I'm definitely taking advantage of it this weekend. And just something to keep in mind. My friend who I walk with uses Target curbside all the time. She says, I love it. Okay. So think about what you can use for your benefit to help you and make your life a little bit easier this season. Keep receipts of your warranties. This is something that I tell all of my clients because it's extremely important. Not only do you need to keep a receipt, right, your paper receipt, you also need to scan the receipt because the receipts fade. And what I can tell you with 100% certainty, because a client of mine and I ran into it last year, is the fact that if you cannot provide proof of purchase, even if you bought something a week ago, right, and you cannot provide proof of purchase, your warranty is null and void. Okay, so it's extremely important that you keep these for just about everything, right? If you think you're going to be using this item for a year or two and you may need to use the warranty because you never know, make sure that you scan your receipts. Crazy Coupon Lady app is one of my favorite things that saves me time. You put it right on your phone, or you can use their website version. They will tell you where and what things are happening, where the sales are going on and what's for sale. I like it because it saves me time. And I periodically will browse through if I'm looking for ideas for gifts, if I'm looking to see if there's any sales in the particular store, because you can actually look and see, what's going on in Macy's, what's going on in JCPenney. It is absolutely free and it's very easy to use. And if you are bookies like me, I do want to give you a recommendation for a read. I read a lot, as I mentioned before. One of my favorite reads for 2020 is a book called Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin. It has really changed the way I think in many ways and gave me some really good ideas and tips for more efficient living, for being happier. And she writes this in the form of a very easy read, kind of, I'm talking to a friend, I'm brainstorming ideas with you, the reader. So this is one of the things that I want to share with you. If you're looking for a good, easy read that I know is going to make a difference in your life, this is my book of choice. So here's my contact information, as well as our schedule of our upcoming workshops. At this time, I'm going to stop sharing and see if anybody has questions, and let me know if you enjoyed this workshop.
There's a few comments in the chat box, Olga.
Okay, excellent idea to hide and collect some money. What do you mean by that?
When you were referring to the charts to save money.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Away.
Mm-hmm. Can I write down the name of the book? Absolutely. It's also going to be in my workshop in the book. Travel journal is great for organizing your photos, absolutely. I try to make things as simple as possible, where I don't want you to think that you have to buy a fancy book to create your travel memories. You can do it as easily as with a regular notepad or a regular notebook paper, as long as the pages are secure. Anyone else can think of anything?
I was thinking about your putting the note on the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
I used to make notes, things I was going to do every day. And of course, I didn't get half of it done. So then I'd copy it on to the next days. And what I did last week, and it's been pretty good, I got one of those whiteboards where you can write on and wipe it off. So I don't have to have pieces of paper all the time. But what you said about your shopping, I'm going to get another one just at the dollar store.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get another one and put my shopping list on there. So I won't have these pieces of paper all around, hopefully.
Absolutely. And some people are not paper people, and that's okay, right? I like paper because I can bring it with me. And what I have also done is, if I forgot my grocery list when I'm heading over, I asked my daughters, I'm like, go in the kitchen and take a picture of my list and send it to me, right? So then I have it as a picture on my phone, and I can still write it down because I have my notepads in the car, and I can quickly jot it down, so that way I don't have to have my phone with me out all the time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I haven't moved into the 20th century yet, on the 21st, so I still have a flip phone.
There you go. So you can write it down on your notepad and bring it with you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I like your idea of the dry erase board, because you erase the things that you do, right? And then
Right.
things that you haven't done are still there.
And
yeah,
just looked at it today and I thought I better organize. There's things that I really want to do today, and there's things I want to get done. So I'm going to have a couple different sections there. Like,
what they suggest is that the things that you want to get done are the most important ones. You put them on the top. And then in the order of importance, you put the other things that if you don't get to them, you know that you still got the most important things done, and it's going to give you the most sense of satisfaction.
It has been good. I mean, since I live alone, I can keep it right on the counter next to where I eat. So like, oh, I meant to do that today. So
Mhm.
it's helping.
I'm with you. I am in 21st century for some things, but I still prefer the old fashioned way of writing notes down with a pen and then crossing things off.
But then I find notes all over the place.
Yeah.
But I went to the erase board, like this is going to help keep my counter clean.
Mhm.
At it like, oh, did I do that or not? Like then I write a new list with all the stuff I thought I should have done. So my dry erase board's going to help me.
Absolutely. And you know what? Think about also the things that you did accomplish. I know that we tend to focus on the things that we haven't done. But at the same time, if you look at the things that you have done, that is accomplishment. You can pat yourself on the back.
Yes.
All right. Anyone else? Anyone else you can think about anything else? Oh, for habits. Yes, it's called Atomic Habits. I don't remember the name of the author, but if you search Atomic Habits, that book will jump right out.
And what is that about?
It gave me a good perspective and understanding that in order for you to develop a new habit, you have to attach it to a habit that you already have, which is what my example was with using the coffee pot.
Right. Okay.
Mhm. They had other examples, right? But what I took out of that book, which by the way, I'm still reading, I kind of stopped about 2/3 in, was that to me, that was the most important lesson that I learned that I actually implemented that helped me in my daily life to create an important habit that I wanted to have a part of my life for my health.
Okay.
Anybody else can think of anything else? All right. Well, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the year. We have another less than a week. And please join me next month. We are going to start a year off right. We're going to talk about some of the small tips and renovations and some of the decluttering tips that I mentioned to you. The link and the workbook, as well as the recording for this workshop, is going to be sent to you, and it's going to be posted on our YouTube channel so you can watch it at any time. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. I hope you have a great week and a happy new year. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.